Hello and welcome to my channel AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And if you're new to my channel, maybe hit that subscribe button, join the AB Creative Crew. We do sketchy art things. And welcome to my first video of the new year. Goodness, what a new year it has been thus far. Crazy stuff going on with crazy people on this crazy place that we call the internet. This is the first video, and I want to say sorry real quick because I have kind of delayed making videos because I wanted to give myself some time to calm down with some of the crazy nonsense that has been going on with YouTube and, some specific, non-specific content that had some graphic images that really shouldn't have been on the platform. It's just the whole situation that, like, for my own personal triggers and stuff, it does cause a very versatile or volatile response. Not versatile. And I had to kind of take a week to calm down, let it soak in, address what I was feeling, and just let it pass before I presented something to you guys. And I didn't want to present to you guys if I was feeling really weird about stuff, because I feel like that would have come across really awkwardly in a video. Anyways, it's actually one of two characters thus far that I've shown on this channel. And this is a personal character of mine. She's an original character. And it's for a personal project that I would like to do in the future. And I think I've already mentioned that one of my goals, or something that I would like to try to do, is character design, character development. And that's in regards to a goal of creating a comic, possibly. Because I do want to try my hand at making a comic and doing that kind of stuff. And the particular thing, by the way, I'll have a link to the previous video in which I did another character design for this little project. One of the key features is that each of the characters is going to have a favorite drink. By the way, this character, as you saw from the title, her name is Kendra Lanea. And the idea with Kendra is that she's an instructor at a youth fitness center. She volunteers at animal shelters. Sometimes she also volunteers at her local elderly home. And she's very athletic. I like to think, as far as like personal background, her family's from Hawaii. And that some of her other family was also from, like, well, I can't really think of like what other places, except that mainly most of her family comes from Hawaii and is possibly Polynesian. And that maybe she's a mixed baby. I don't know. She's generally ambiguous as far as that aspect. Her favorite coffee drink is a soy mocha with cinnamon, because overall she's a very sweet character, but she can also be quite sassy. By the way, I had actually recorded a different character sheet, and I might show a picture of that character sheet. But the footage for that character it was really blurry. The camera was too far away. It didn't focus for some reason. And I just did not like how blurry the footage was, and I just couldn't use it, and it was bad. But thankfully, I set up my iPad in such a way that I could draw, and I think it looks pretty great. Well, sometimes I think that the camera's like focusing in and out when I move my hand around, but it's a very subtle thing. Or maybe that's just the page moving when I put my hand down. But yeah, this is the sort of format that I want to use for my personal character sheets in regards to this. And if you're wondering what this kind of comic is going to be, it's sort of a slice of life thing where these people they lead so many different, like, such different lives, but they all go to the same coffee shop. And part of me is like, that sounds like Friends, except they all lived in the same apartment too, for the most part. And these people just go to a coffee shop. And they talk about stuff. And I think the ideal that I wanted to name it was Carpe Diem Cafe, Seize the Day Cafe. And they would talk about goals, what's going on with their life, things that they're just doing. And that would kind of just be the gist of it. And I wanted to use it as both an opportunity to like work on character development, to work on setting, and maybe try my hand at doing a sort of webcomic of sorts. Now, I don't have any dialogue written up yet. I want to kind of make the characters a bit more, or work more into their storylines, and figure out all of their favorite coffee beverages. So you'll usually see them order this kind of beverage. But some key things that you'll probably know about Kendra is that she's very physically active, that she kind of has a lot of spare time on her hands. I wouldn't say that she lives with family. I think she probably lives with a cousin, that most of her family is back in Hawaii on one of the islands, or some of them live in another state than where she's at. Oh gosh, I realize there's so many things I have to figure out for this. I had to figure out what fictional town they should be living in and just about what state they would be living in. And something you should probably know about me when it comes to my character sheets, I don't make them particularly extra neat. I kind of keep them rough. I just color them in for the sake of coloring them in, so I can know what the character looks like, or just the bouts for what the character looks like. The whole refining process would be if I were doing final products for the sort of webcomic pages, or if I just wanted to do something more particular and use one of these characters as an example. The only time of which I would do a really refined particular type of character sheet is if I'm getting commissioned to do that. Which, by the way, some fun things that have happened this new year. I got my first commission, and that helped me to start up my PayPal account, which means I got my first payment for a commission through my PayPal account. That was fun. I've had my first art trade of the year, and that was kind of really sweet. And something you should know, I am always open to art trades with anyone. Doesn't matter what your skill level is. Understand, though, that if you want to do an art trade with me, you have to send your portion of the trade first. I don't start on my portion until after you've completed your portion of the trade. And I will base my portion of the trade off of the size of the piece that you send me. And so if you decide that, hey, I want art from you, but I'm really weird about drawing things, like I'll probably give you a random subject to draw. If you give me a really small file to work with, that's the file I gotta work with as far as size to what I'm gonna send you back. And those are my little conditions. Maybe you think that's weird. Maybe you think, oh, that's kind of mean. But it's like, hey, I'm opening myself up to doing an art trade. I won't work for free, and maybe this, to an extent, will inspire you to draw more. And I hope that for some youngins out there looking to get free art, they understand that no, you can't just get things for free. You have to, in a sense, work to earn those things. And that's why I do art trades the way I do. But yeah, that was fun. First commission of the year was a character sheet for someone's Naruto OC. That was fun. And first art trade of the year was me drawing a portrait of someone's friend, and I got a Tumblr follower from that. That was nice. And other than that, I'm working on doing examples for commission sheet. And it's going to be based off of the size of the files, because I used to have a particular way of pricing my commissions. I know I've like deviated from talking about this character, but I don't know what else to talk about in regards to her. When it came to commissions in the past, I always did it by size. And the biggest size was an 8 by 10. And that was like $40. But now I'm thinking $50. And then something half that size. I don't know whether to like go by half. I might go by half. Or I might just reduce it by $10 increments for each size down, because it roughly takes me about the same time for each one. Because most of these are going to be digitally drawn up. But yeah, I do it by sizes in inches, and the smallest is like a 3-inch by 4-inch, followed then by a 6-inch by 4-inch, then a 6 by 8-inch. Oh, excuse me. Then it's like 8 by 10. And so forth and so on, and that's something I plan on making so that I can hopefully do more commissions. Because I really do enjoy commission work, because it takes some of the hassle of coming up with what to draw off of me. And yeah. Well, I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful new year, and that things are going all right where you're at. If you want to find me on my other social media, I will leave all of my links in the description. But as you should know, I have an Instagram, I have a Tumblr, a Twitter, a DeviantArt, and if I'm forgetting anything, again, links are in the description below. And if you have some OCs of your own, or want to art trade, like, hit me up. Or talk about your OCs in the description, not the description, in the comment section down below. Anyways, I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are. Maybe give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button on your way out to see other sketchy content. And as always, make sure that you guys do what you do to make that artwork for you. Lots of love to all you sketchy creative crew members.